Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 943rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. As you can see, this is fought on one of our favourite newer custom maps. We've looked at this map before. We've played a lot of battles on this map before with a big rock in the middle there. And as I say, this custom map is one of our favourite maps to fight on, as it's got a bit of everything in it, really. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen. Now, Fesen's got 10 infantry, 6 archers, and 4 cavalry. This is a tried and tested Roman army of Fesen's there. You'll see that he's got a morale boosting eagle unit that he's incorporated into his army. Always a good thing to have that extra morale in your army there. And of course, he's got his infantry general morale bonus as well. And if you notice the upgrades on his infantry, can you see he's got 7 upgrades on most of his infantry? An experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So make no mistake, this infantry is pretty tough. And I think it'd be difficult to kill for the enemy team with all that morale and the experience stripe on his infantry. And oh my gosh, his cavalry, his 4 cavalry have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So as I say, that will be a tried and tested Fesen army there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Cormac the Cruel, and he has got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. And the reason that's the bog standard 31k Roman army is because it's so efficient and so effective. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Vidar. Now, Vidar's just got 10 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, just 10 infantry and 6 cavalry. And if you notice here, you'll see his cavalry has got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So he spent his money on his cavalry. That's why he's only got 10 infantry, is because he's put so many upgrades on his cavalry. And our last team's mate is myself, Spartan Commander. Has got a very old Greek cities army of 13 infantry and 4 archers. You'll notice I've gone for the cheap mid-range archers there. This enables me to put a few more upgrades on my Spartans. So there's our team. Should be a great battle for you to watch, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Skema. Now, he's got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. The only difference between his army and the bog standard 31k Roman army is that he has got, if I remember correctly, a morale boosting unit. Do you like his battle formation there? I thought it's an unusual battle formation. And as I say, there you can see that he's got a morale boosting eagle unit within his army, as well as his general morale bonus there. But as I say, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. If you notice at the front there, he's got a light auxiliary missile unit there. That unit will soak up pilots as good as any other expensive unit, as long as it holds its ground. So that would be a tried and tested Skema army there. Their next teammate is Sultan Anan. Now, Sultan has got 10 pikes, 4 archers, 5 chariots, and 1 cavalry unit. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, I think he had really good upgrades on his pikes. Just check. Oh my gosh. Count the upgrades. 9 upgrades. Fully upgraded units there. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And just look at the length of those pikes there that our men have got to fight down to kill the man on the other end. So there's a fully upgraded pikes there. Okay, so that's going to make a difference during the course of the battle. I think he's got a missile cavalry unit there, a Pontic light cavalry unit there, Pontic fast moving missile unit there, and of course he's got his chariots here. Remember, he's got a big attacking specifications, big fear factor, but if they run amok, as we've seen in lots of our battle videos, they'll kill both friend and foe alike and become a menace to both friend and foe alike. So we always say to people, unless you're confident and competent with chariots, you really need to think whether you're going to bring them or not, because when they run amok and they start killing your allies, you can become unpopular very quickly. So make no mistake, that'd be a tried and tested Sultan army there. Okay, notice he's up on the slight higher ground by the rock, so he's taking advantage of the ground there. Nice tactical move. Their next teammate is RTW player Lando. Now, Lando has got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry for Lando. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Royer 35, and he's got 13 pikes and 6 cavalry, no archers. Okay, check the upgrades on his cavalry, 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack, but he's got no archers to cover his 121 man pike units there. And if you notice his pike units here, surprisingly, the ones that we can see anyway, because the rest are hiding in the woods, have only got 6 upgrades on, gold shield, gold attack. Check his general unit as well, just gold shield, gold attack on his general unit. So I would suggest that's quite low upgrades on the Macedonian pikes. So there's the enemy team. This should be a cracking battle for you to watch. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I wanted to have a cavalry count, because this could be really interesting in the course of the battle. So there you are, you can see Skema's got 6 cavalry. Okay, Adnam's got 5 chariots and a cavalry unit there, so that's 6. So that's another 6. So that's 12 cavalry and chariots so far. Another 6 there, so that's 18. Okay, so that's 18 cavalry and chariots for the enemy team. And I know Royer's got another 6 there. So they've got 24 with a mixture of cavalry and chariots. Okay, so chariots and cavalry, they've got 24. Okay, so let's have a look at ours, see what we've got in comparison. Okay, so we know that Fesen's got 4 cavalry. Okay, so that's 4. He's got the others hiding in the woods there. So that's 4 for Fesen. Here we can see that Cormac's got 6, so that's 10 cavalry so far. And if I remember correctly, I think Vidar's got 6 as well. So we've got 16 cavalry, okay, and they have got 24. Okay, so we got 16 cavalry and they've got 24. Now that could make a real difference in this battle as the battle unfolds. Okay, so please remember that they've got 24 combination of cavalry and chariots, and we've just got 16 cavalry. Now the reason for that is because I chose the Greek cities faction. As soon as I choose the Greek cities faction, I put my team at a cavalry disadvantage, and the only thing that I can do to make up for that is to be as aggressive as I can and make the most of the attacking specifications of my Spartans. Okay, so I'm aware of that. I've put my team at a cavalry disadvantage. Look at the old-fashioned battle formation here. Nothing sophisticated, nothing clever, just a real old-school, old-fashioned, basic Greek cities battle formation there. Be interesting to see if it's still effective about 18 years on from when I first used it. Should be a good one for you to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle here, you'll see that I'm just wondering whether Cormac's going to charge towards Lando or whether Lando's going to charge towards Cormac. That should be an interesting little tussle there, I would think. And over here you'll see that Fesen, right over on our right flank, is going to try and come over, obviously, to get as close to his teammates as he can. Probably going to go up to the centre area there, I would think. Okay, you can see Cormac now has decided to pull his army back away from Lando's, and you can see Lando being his usual aggressive self and moving forward there. And over here on our left flank, you'll see me moving my Spartans over towards the wooded area there, and you'll see Skema moving his blue Scipio army forward as well. And what I'm thinking here is if Skema's Roman army gets close enough, I'm going to hit it with my Greek cities army. Okay, just give you a heads up on that. If he gets close enough to me, I will attack with my Spartan. As I say, I'm putting my team at a cavalry disadvantage by choosing Greek cities. I've got to make up for that by being aggressive with my Spartan army. So, as I say, if Skema gets a bit close, I will attack. There you are. You can see him really charging forward now. Pause again for a second there. So, as I say, what I'm thinking about doing is now attacking. Meanwhile, over here you'll see Fesen moving some of his SPQR cavalry forward there. Now, he may well get hit by Lando's cavalry if he's not careful. You can see Lando charging his cavalry in there. And bang! As he smashes in there. Fesen needs to move his cavalry out the way of there, I would suggest. Okay, so here you can see that Fesen, as I say, needs to move his cavalry away from Lando's cavalry there. And over here, as I say, you can see they've decided to attack Skema's Scipii army, and it wouldn't surprise me if Skema decided to pull his Scipii army back, seeing my Greek cities advancing towards him there. And that's exactly what he's doing. Good tactical move there by Skema, because you can see Vidar is moving forward as well. Remember, Vidar had his units hiding in the woods there, and he decided to bring them out there. So we're both going to attack Skema's army there, and that's why Skema's pulling back. Meanwhile, over here, as I say, Fesen's pulled his cavalry back, which is a good move. And you can see Cormac moving his red Julia army forward now towards Skema. Sorry, towards Lando's Scipii army there. Looks to me like Cormac and Lando's going to be very aggressive in this battle. Now over here you'll see Fesen, he was over on our right flank, if you remember. And as I say, he's going to move his troops, I'm thinking, over to the centre a little bit. There. And as I say, you can see Cormac. Now also, don't forget Royer's Macedonian pikes there. That long battle line that he's going to pull up there. He may well try to engage Cormac as well. But here you'll see I'm moving my Spartans back here towards Vidar's army, where we're going to combine our army there possibly. And you can see the Pontus, Sultan's Pontus troops moving towards us as well. And if you notice here, you'll see that I'm moving my Spartans over slightly to the right there. Just moving over there a little bit there. And don't forget, as I say, Vidar's SPQR army is right behind mine, hiding in the woods a little bit there. But here you can see Fesen now is nearly reached over to the centre there where he was aiming to go. And as I say, you can see Cormac there. He may well start moving over towards our ally there as well, but he's facing Lando at the moment. As we know, Lando's very aggressive, so, and as I say, it looks like Cormac's going to be aggressive in this battle as well. Here you can see my army facing the Pontus pikes. Okay, now at this stage of the battle, I don't really want to take on those Pontus pikes there, because they're fully upgraded units, and also if you look at the length of those pikes there, if you have a look at the length there, just make a mental note of how long those pikes are in comparison. Look at the length of those pikes. I mean, those are really long pikes there in comparison to my short spears. Okay, you can see the short spears of my Spartans there, and if I tried fighting these Pontus pikemen here, I would lose loads of my men before I even got into hand-to-hand fighting with them. So it's best for me to pull my troops back now. The Pontus general really wants me to take him on, but I'm not going to, because I would lose so many troops trying to break through that Pontus line there. So the best tactical move for me now is just to pull my infantry back. So there you are, you can see that I'm starting to pull my infantry back a little bit there, away from those Pontus pikes. I might fight them there. You can see I've lost some men already before we even, before I even got anywhere close to them really. So, but I may well take them on a bit later on in the battle. We'll have to see. Wait for the battle to unfold. And as I say, here you can see Cormac's Julii troops and Lando. So looks like that could be a good tussle there, but with those Macedonian pikes moving up there, that could be a problem for Cormac. He's going to have to watch that carefully, I think. Okay, so here at this stage of the battle, you'll see that Cormac has charged his cavalry forward. Now what he's trying to do is to hit Lando's infantry while they're on the move. Remember, if you can hit infantry when they're on the move, you can cause them a lot of casualties, and that's what Cormac's trying to do there. Trying to hit, as I say, Lando's infantry while it's on the move, so that he can cause him a lot of casualties. So that's a nice move there by Cormac. We'll have to see how Lando's going to counter that. And you can see Lando has turned his infantry to face the threat there. But if you notice here, can you see that Cormac is now on the lower ground there, if you notice that? And so the cavalry, Lando's cavalry here, if it charges, will have the downslope advantage onto Cormac's infantry. And if you notice here, Royer 35's Macedonian companion cavalry with their 9 charge bonus ready to charge in as well. So that's a lot of cavalry there. And of course, you've got Skema's cavalry there locked and loaded as well, ready to charge in. So I mean, there could be a heck of a lot of cavalry units smashing into Cormac's army there with the downslope advantage as well. So he needs to be very careful there with all that enemy cavalry, plus those Macedonian pikes closing in on him as well. That could be a real problem for him. In fact, I think if I was Cormac, I'd move over a little bit towards the team there. You could get a little bit isolated there. You can see him being very aggressive, charging into Lando. Look, a bang as he smashes into Lando's. But as I say, Lando's got the downslope advantage. See that cavalry going in there? Oh my gosh. So as I say, Cormac's a little bit isolated there, and he's getting hit by Lando's cavalry, or is that Skema's cavalry there? Lando's cavalry, I think, and it's Skema's cavalry coming in as well with that downslope advantage. They could really cause him a lot of damage there. And of course, those Macedonian pikes, plus this Macedonian companion cavalry, as I say, with their 9 charge bonus, ready to smash into Cormac. He is a little bit isolated there. Needs to be careful, I think. As I say, with all that cavalry there, and those line of Macedonian pikes coming up towards him. There's Skema's cavalry charging as well. Bang! I can see some Macedonian cavalry units charging in there, and bang! As they charge in there, some more coming in as well. Cormac's counter-attacking with his cavalry. Look, and bang! As he charges in there. Oh my gosh! And as I say, those Macedonian pikes have just arrived as well. I think actually Cormac is holding quite well. Now here you can see that Fesen is moving some of his infantry over to support Cormac there. And meanwhile here you can see that I'm now attacking with my Spartans there. I'm now attacking the enemy troops in front of me. There's a combination of Pontus and Scipii troops that I'm attacking at the moment. And over here you'll see that Vidar is attacking a couple of Pontus units there with his infantry. But also I'd just like you to notice these chariots are locked and loaded out here, ready to attack. And you can see all those Pontus chariots there just ready for when Sultan's ready to charge them in there. He's going to smash into Vidar. So Vidar needs to be aware of that, because that could be, that could be battle winning possibly. As I say, you can see my Spartans now really pushing into the enemy troops. And as I say, nice move here by Fesen, moving over to support Cormac there. That's a good bit of teamwork there by Fesen there. But here, as I say, you can see Fesen there has got his infantry in a really tight formation there as he's attacking the enemy troops. Those Pontus troops are very tight. You can see, as I say, my Spartans moving forward, attacking there. And as I say, nice move there by Vidar with his cavalry trying to support Cormac and our other teammate there, Fesen. But as I say, you can see those Macedonian pikes really moving in on us now. Really pushing in. And as I say, you can see the enemy cavalry hitting us there. You can see that cavalry locked and loaded, ready to charge in as well. So I think things not looking very good for Fesen here. I think he's sorry for Cormac there. I mean, the impact that he's taken there, I think he's holding really well. But as I say, no support there by Fesen. Right, okay, so over here on our left flank, you'll see the chariots are coming in. See Sultan's charging his chariots in like a bang as they smash in there. But if you notice there, can you see that Vidar's got his infantry in a really close, tight kind of battle formation there. It's kind of like, so I suppose some people call that a blob, but it's very effective against chariots. If you notice here, if Vidar just had his units in ordinary battle formation, the chariots, look, they do the damage by getting in between the units, getting in between those infantry units. That's how they do the damage and cause the damage to rout units. But because he's got that his infantry in that close, tight formation there, you'll see that the chariots can't penetrate. They can't do the damage that they would in a normal battle formation there. So really well done to Vidar there. And as those chariots are going to kill a lot of our archers. I think all my archers have just been taken out by those chariots, and they look like they're going to charge on through. But yeah, so that's what's stopping Vidar's units routing. As I say, I'm pushing forward with my Spartans there. See, one of my units is routed there with 14 men in. That's quite a lot of men in the Spartan unit to rout. If you notice there, I'm keeping 3 units back as reserves to move in if need be. And over here you'll see that, as I say, Cormac's holding well with Fesen's support there. And with those Macedonian pikes coming in as well, I think Cormac has done really well to hold so well. But as I say, the chariots there, Sultan's really smashed them in there. Make no mistake, they're going to kill a lot of our archers there. But I think we're going to counter-attack with our cavalry and try and take them out. But as I say, that blob, if you like, of Vidar's infantry is stopping those chariots doing the damage that they would normally do to Roman units there. So it's quite fortunate that he's actually got his infantry, if you like, in that blob kind of thing there, because as I say, it is very effective against the chariot attack there. Okay, so here you'll see a lot of the chariots have been routed where we counter-attack with our cavalry. Okay, and plus our archers, a lot of our archers were routed there by those chariots. But the archers that we've got left will be shooting arrows into them. And as I say, the blob there, if you like, of Vidar's infantry has stopped his troops being kind of maybe even mass routed by that chariot hit. That blob really was a good deterrent against those. It kind of neutralised the chariot attack, if you see what I mean. But here you'll see my Spartans still pressing in on the enemy troops. And as I say, you can see very strong Scipii attacks here on both Cormac and Fesen. You see that cavalry hitting Cormac again like a bang. And as I say, those Macedonian pikes moving in on him as well. So remember, Cormac is the red Julii and Fesen is the purple SPQR. But everything else, all the blue Scipii troops and the Macedonians are all enemy troops. Look, charging in on us. Oh my gosh. Bang, as they smash in there. You can see Fesen counter-attacking with his cavalry as well. Oh my gosh. Well, Cormac's units are finally beginning to crack. Can you see his general there has just been routed, and all these other units as well. So he's lost his general morale bonus as all those enemy troops close in on him. So things not looking very good here for our team at the moment. Fesen's troops still managing to hold there, but just look at all those enemy Scipii troops forcing their way in there. And as I say, my Spartans there are moving forward very aggressively towards the enemy team. And there you can see Vidar. Now what I think Vidar is going to do with his troops here is pull them out onto the flank of Schemers. So I think he's going to move his troops about there, ready to attack the flank. If I push forward into Schemer's infantry and Vidar gets his infantry on the flank there, we could attack the flank and the front at the same time. But also, good tactical move here. Can you see that Vidar is going to move his cavalry, I think from what I can see, around behind the enemy team there. If you notice that, can you see he's going to move them in behind the enemy team, which would be a good tactical move if he did. Get in behind or go wide around them. Hopefully they might not even see him coming round the flank if he goes wide enough, and then come up here, maybe take these archer units out of Pontus and then go into wedge formation and ready to lock and load. And I can see if he does do that, if he comes round here, I can see that Schemer's general would be a big target for Vidar's cavalry if he gets behind. Well, I push in on the front, his infantry hits in flank there, and then the cavalry that he might get in behind here could charge into the rear of Schemer's troops. So that would cause Schemer a lot of trouble there if he does that. But here, as I say, I think a combination of Fesen and Cormac's infantry have held extremely well there against this massive attack by enemy troops. I mean, just look at that companion Macedonian cavalry charging in there, and bang, as it smashes in there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Cormac and Fesen holding really well. So here you'll see I'm really pushing forward with my Spartans now into Schemer's infantry. I mean, really being aggressive. And Schemer's doing the right thing in backing his infantry off, because not only can he see my Spartans making inroads into his troops, but he can also see that Vidar has flanked him. So he'll be attacked from the front and from the flank as well if he stays in that position. So it's a good move for him to move his infantry back. Good tactical move there. Good battlefield awareness there by Schemer in moving his infantry back. It's a good tactical move. So, as I say, good move there by Schemer there. But I can still, bang, see that Scipio cavalry still smashing into Fesen and Cormac's infantry there. Right, so as I say here, you can see Vidar, as we said earlier, has come in behind the enemy troops. Really good tactical move there by Vidar. Now, he might take out these enemy archers here. That might be a target for him, possibly. He may well do that, or he might just get in behind the enemy Scipio troops. Now over here is a good move by Royer of 35. He's chasing Cormac's routing troops to stop them rallying. See, that's a good move there. Remember how many veterans watching this have seen rallied troops come back onto the battlefield and turn the battle in favour of the enemy troops if you let rallied troops rally. So that's a good move there. When routing troops are running, just chase them down off the battlefield. Don't let them rally. There, so there you are. You can see here Cormac's moving some of his Julii troops, a couple of his Julii units back, maybe to combat those companion cavalry there. But as I say, Cormac and Fesen holding extremely well there against massive odds, as you can see. I mean, there you are. Look at that. You can see that cavalry there. I think Cormac's got a couple, 2 or 3 units left here. But you can see there the cavalry of Schemer and I think Lando charging in there, trying to break Fesen's army, but he's still managing to hold there. So well done to Fesen, doing really well. They're doing extremely well. And as I say here, I've decided now I've upped spears, and I'm just going to charge my Spartans with their swords, just with their swords, not into Lando's army. There, I'm going to hit them in the flank and hopefully rout a few of them. As I say, Vidar here is occupying Schemer. There, Vidar's got his cavalry in behind, and you can see his infantry attacking Schemer's infantry there. So as I say, I've upped spears there, and I'm just going to charge down into Lando's infantry with a view to rout some of his units. And you can see that, oh my gosh, there's that companion cavalry going in behind Fesen. Bang! As it smashes in there. Nice move there by Royer, got his cavalry in behind Fesen there. But you can see I'm now charging my spearmen forward into that into those Scipii infantry there of Lando's. You can see a couple of his units routed on impact as soon as I hit them. But you can see that Royer now has got his Macedonian pikemen in a line there. And meanwhile at the back here you'll see that both Skema and Lando's battle damaged cavalry are attacking Vidar's cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to win there, because if Vidar can win and take out their cavalry, as I say, he's then got his units in behind the enemy troops, which could make a big difference here. He's got his, as I say, if his cavalry can beat Lando and Skema's battle damaged cavalry, he's in a really good position with his cavalry. Okay, if you notice here, I am now pulling my Spartans back. Okay, can you see why I'm pulling my Spartans back from that particular part of the battlefield? And that's because the Macedonian pikes have arrived. Okay, and you can see that he's double banked them there, facing my Spartans. So that is a formidable kind of barrier there for my Spartans. There's no way that I would attack that. Royer would love me to attack him there with those long pikes and good specifications that the Macedonians have got. But you can see here that Royer's really stretched his battle line out quite a lot there to support his allies. Oh, this is good news for us. Vidar has managed to rout Skema and Lando's cavalry there, what was left of them. They were very battle damaged anyway, so well done to Vidar. So he's got his cavalry now in behind the enemy troops. So that's a really good move there for him. And he'll be looking to go for the general there. Skema's general now is what I think Vidar would go for. You try and hit the general there, take the general morale bonus away. And there you can see, as I say, I pulled my Spartans back. No way am I going to take on the those Macedonian pikes here. That's what Royer 35 would love me to do, but I'm not going to do that. Now I'm looking at up and down the battlefield to see where the best place for my Spartans to move to now. Now if you look at the battlefield here, where do you think you would move my Spartans? As I say, you can see Royer now extending his Macedonian battle line there, going up towards his allies. Good bit of teamwork there by Royer 35 there. Now he's got a really long extended Macedonian battle line there. Okay, so that really does support his allies, and of course it holds his place on the battlefield as well with the length of that Macedonian wall of pikes. So now as I say, there's no way I'm going to attack those Macedonian pikes. So you can see that they're double banked. You've got enemy Scipii troops there as well. So there's no way that I would attack that, because those pikes are so long and the specifications are so good as Macedon that I would lose loads of men before I even get into hand-to-hand fighting. So I need to look to move somewhere else more advantageous for my Spartans. And from what I can see here, it looks like I'm going to move up here onto our left flank. Okay. Here you can see, if you notice here, can you see that Skema has spotted the danger of Vidar's cavalry in behind him, and he's turned his general unit to face the threat. That's a good battlefield awareness move there by Skema, seeing that enemy cavalry victorious in behind him there, so he's turned his general to face the threat. Here you can see Skema using his cavalry to smash into the back of those two engaged Scipii units there. And as I say, over here on our right flank, this is good positioning of archers here by Fesen there. His archers now are shooting into the flank of those Macedonian pikemen there. Okay, remember the flank and the rear are the weakest points of units on Rome Total War. And as I say, you can see him shooting into the flank there, so he's going to be causing them a lot of casualties there. And of course, if they attack, then they'll show their back to those archers and they'll lose even more men as those arrows of Fesen's archers go into the rear of them. But as I say, over here on our left flank, this to me looks like a vulnerable part of the enemy battle line. So this is where I'm going to move my Spartans. Just to give you a heads up on that, I'm going to move them up to the left flank here. Okay, as I say, that does look like the weaker part of the enemy battle line. and that's where I'm looking to move my Spartans. You'll see that Cormac and Fesen are moving their infantry over to the left as well here, and you'll see that Royer's moved his starting to move his pikes in towards my Spartans. He really does want me to attack his Macedonians head on there, as he knows that that caused me a heck of a lot of casualties. But as I say, you can see Fesen, Cormac and myself all moving over to this left flank of ours. And there you can see the Macedonian pikes now are showing their rear to Fesen's archers there. So Fesen looks like he's going to move his archers a little bit closer there, and then he's got the rear of these Macedonian pikemen to shoot his arrows into and cause them massive casualties there when he does move them to the position that he wants to. So those Macedonian pikemen could lose a lot of men there in their advancing forward there, being shot in the rear. You can see here, I think Sultan's got one unit left, his general unit there. I think he might have some archer units left as well, I think, but I don't think he's got any more infantry. And of course we saw his chariots all get routed earlier. But as I say, here you can see me move my Spartans over to this left flank of ours. You can see Cormac moving his infantry up as well, and you can see Fesen moving some of his infantry up here as well. So we can all see that this left flank looks to be the place that we're going to attack. As I say, I thought this looked the weaker part of the battle line there of the enemy team, and that's why I've moved my Spartans there. Okay, so here you can see I'm going to now charge my Spartans forward here into those enemy Scipii troops and maybe catch the Macedonians in the flank. That may be what I'd be looking to do here. But something's going to happen in a minute that could actually change the course of the battle. You'll see what I mean in a minute. You'll see something's going to happen. So just to give you a heads up on that. Okay, so as I say, here you can see Vidar pulled his cavalry back, locked and loaded them and charged them back in for a full cavalry charge bonus. Right there you can see I'm really pushing my Spartans forward there with Cormac's infantry as well. You can see it's really pushing forward there into the enemy Scipii troops. Now, what I want you to do is have a look at Lando's infantry. Can you see Lando's blue Scipii infantry are there? Okay, see Lando's infantry there? Okay, a couple of his units are just been routed there, but you can see Lando's infantry units there, okay? Now something's going to happen in a minute. You see that's all Skema's infantry there, okay? And he's integrated them with the Macedonian pikes, which is a good move actually, to be honest. Okay, but here you can see, right now watch Lando's Scipii troops, okay, there. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. Can you see that Lando has now admitted defeat as the Macedonians are moving? Okay, so there you are. You can see Lando, okay, he hasn't routed, but what his troops have done, he's just admitted defeat. So as far as his allies are concerned, Lando's troops have routed. Okay, now look what the Macedonian troops are thinking. Now that Lando's troops are, as far as they're concerned, have routed, killed by enemy troops. Now look what they're thinking. Look, unhappy to see friends routing. Okay, can you read that? Unhappy to see friends routing. Okay, so I know at this stage that the Macedonian morale, which is low anyway, which isn't very good anyway, look, they're unhappy to see friends routing. So I know their morale's rock bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press my Spartans in and I'm going to attack these Macedonians because I know their morale is very, very low. Because, as I say, Lando admitted defeat. As far as the Macedonian troops are concerned, Lando's troops have been routed by enemy troops, so their morale, so the Macedonian morale is very low. I know that, so I'm now going to press my Spartans into those Macedonians and really put a lot of pressure on them. You can see Cormac attacking as well as we really press in on those Macedonian pikes there. Okay, you can see there's already a Macedonian pike unit there. Look, what was that, 71 men is it? There is broken there. And as I say, because Lando's troops have routed, as far as they're concerned, it's lowered their morale even more. And their Macedon morale is not very good anyway. So they are now ripe for routing, if you like. You can see my troops moving in on them there. and you can see Cormac's red Julii troops pressing in as well. Just look at the way my Spartans are really, I'm really pushing in hard now against those Macedonian pikes in bulk. I'm relying on my numbers. Now here you can see Vidar has got cavalry in behind those pikes. He hasn't got a lot of them left there. They're very, very battle damaged, but they could still make a difference in a hammer and anvil attack into the back of those Macedonian troops there. So you can see my troops and Cormac's troops are going to be the anvil here, and Vidar's cavalry are going to be the hammer. So get ready for this. You can see them really charging in there. Get ready for this. And bang! As they smash in there. Nice hit. It wouldn't surprise me if Vidar pulled his cavalry back out, locked and loaded it, and charged it back in again. But you can see Cormac and myself really pressing in on those Macedonian pikes. There you are. You can see Vidar pulling his cavalry back out. He's going to lock them, load them, and he's going to charge them in. Make no mistake about that. There you are. You can see them come back in for the full cavalry charge bonus. He was just going to smash in there, look, but you can see there he's going to come back in now and attack. And you can see my Spartans and Cormac's troops really pushing in to the enemy Macedonian pikes there. I mean, we're really, really pushing in there. What he'd like to do is take out that Macedonian. There you are, the Macedonian general's gone now, so they've lost their morale bonus. Here, can you see how the long pikes of Macedon are keeping those few Spartan units away from them? Can you see my Spartans are finding it really difficult to fight down those pikes to kill the man on the other end? But luckily, Cormac's got some of his infantry in attacking as well, so that's good news for us. As he's charging in there, very good news. Okay, pause the game for a second here. So what I've done now is I'm going to leave those couple of units, 2 or 3 battle damage units of mine to occupy those Macedonians. But the bulk of my troops, I've upped spears, and I want to run into the back of Skema's engaged infantry there. Okay, and you can see Cormac, I think, is doing the same with his infantry. But that's where we want to hit. We want to hit into the rear of Skema's Scipii infantry there. That's where we need to hit there. You can see, as I say, both Cormac and myself running forward towards that Scipii infantry. And we're going to really smash into the back of them there. I see Vidar's cavalry still hitting there. Right, can you see both Cormac and myself have penetrated that Macedonian unit that was slowing us up, and we're now going to smash into the back of Skema's Scipii infantry. What we need to do is take out Skema's general if we can. Take out Skema's general. Take away the morale bonus there by taking the general out. And there you can see now that we're really pressing in. We've taken Skema's general out now, so he's lost the general morale bonus of his troops. And you can see my Spartans and Cormac's red Julii troops there really pushing in a sandwich attack now, with Fesen's SPQR, purple SPQR units there holding the Scipii troops, and our troops pushing in there. So there you are. It looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. You can see here that Sultan's, their archer units fired all its arrows. Look, it's just drawn its swords. That's another unit there, look, just drawn their swords, so they fired all their arrows as well there. And I think there was one of Sultan's archer units was shooting fire arrows into our troops all the way through that battle there. So as I say, it looks like our troops have managed to go on to win the battle there. I think there's just a couple of Macedonian units left. There you can see Fesen got a couple of his units there engaging those couple of Macedonian units. There you can see me moving my Spartans across now to attack. I'm just relying on the impact of my Spartans there to penetrate and rout those 2 Macedonian units there. So as I say, it looks like our team has managed to go on and win the battle there. Okay, so actually it's quite a condensed heavy fighting battle actually. If we look over here, It says there you can see the dead there in this particular area, where you can see so many piles of dead there, cavalry and infantry there in that particular part. That's very, very intense fighting there, as you can see. I think that's where Cormac and Fesen were holding so well against the enemy troops. As we move up here, you can see lots of dead there as well. As we move over here, a lot of dead troops. There are a lot of dead Macedonian pikemen I can see there, possibly there, and lots of other dead there lying in the longer grass. And that was where I think that big cavalry battle between Vidar, Skema and Lando's cavalry was there. But as I say, lots of dead there all over the battlefield. And as I say, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle. And I think Royers just admitted defeat. Yeah, so first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well. A great battle there. And as I say, it is rare for us to get close victories. I know I've been putting a few close victories on lately, but they are very rare these days. So I always show them when we do get them. And the highest kills in the game unusually goes to myself there. 1,928 kills. That's very good. Very pleased with that. Unusual for me to get the highest kills these days. So well done to Royer. He'll be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills, but I thought he played well with his Macedonians. Well done to Lando. Got some good kills there. Very aggressive. Well done to Sultan with Pontus there. If you notice, second highest kills in the game for Sultan with Pontus. So really well done to him. He did well. And well done to Skema. He got some good kills as well. So really well played, guys. Great battle there. Really well played. Well done to Vidar. Got some good kills there with his troops. Well done to Cormac as well. He did really well there. So well done to him. Did well. And well done to Fesen as well there. Got some good kills as well. So really well played, guys. Great battle there. Faction advantage. So we had, let's see, they had Macedon, Rome, Pontus and Rome. Quite good. And we had Greek cities, Rome, Rome and Rome. So I don't know what you think. You think either team had faction advantage, or would it be pretty close there? Anyway, it's a Spartan Commander, so I hope you enjoyed this battle. As I say, any ex-players that watch our battles, you can see we still have really good battles. So please come and join us. We'd welcome you to come into our battles. It's a Spartan Commander saying, please leave a comment if you like. Look forward to seeing you soon, and bye for now.